Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. So, today I wanted to talk about this concept. Getting well need not be complex. So, I'll get to that in a second. It's almost dark. Probably got about 30 minutes before it's lights out. Stressful day. All right, so getting well need not be complex. In other words, don't overcomplicate it, folks. Simple is good. Simple is oftentimes way better than complicated. I have people a lot of times go, Dan, your process is too simple. It can't be that easy. Simple does not mean easy. Not at all. But complex isn't easy either. Right? If you've got 15 moving parts to fix and figure out and get perfect and do every single day for 2 hours a day in order to get better, I can assure you it's too complex. Right? My approach, pretty straightforward. You're not broken in the first place. Period. You get that, the rest becomes easier. Not easy, but easier. So how do we know that you're not broken in the first place? Well, we understand what causes symptoms. And all symptoms are created by the brain perceiving danger. It's an alarm system. The nervous system, everything just sends up signals to the brain. The brain has to interpret what's going on and decide, do I turn on the alarm system or do I not? That's what's going on. That's how pain in the nervous system works. Overly simplified for sure. And it also applies to other symptoms, nausea, dizziness, migraines, feeling lightheaded, breathless, brain fog, you name it. Symptoms are the result of the brain perceiving some danger, and symptoms happen. So we know that. Then the next thing to do is make sure that's what's going on with you. Obviously, if something really terrifying seems to be happening, get checked out. Rule out the life-threatening stuff, the cancers, the tumors, the major infections, things of that sort. If you had a fall and you've got pain, rule out a fracture. That makes sense. But once you've done that, ruled out the life-threatening, then we rule in this thing called mind-body syndrome, TMS, as I call it, a perceived danger response, meaning symptoms created by the brain perceiving danger. And we do that with the assessments. isthispdp.com. And do both. If you have pain, do both. Pain test as well as the FIT assessment. But definitely do the assessments because that's the best way. And it is funny because I get asked, 5 times a day, is this TMS? Is that TMS? This is what's going on with me. Is that TMS? And my inevitable response is do the assessments. That'll tell you. So please do the assessments if you haven't or if you're still in doubt. But foundationally, what's going on? Does it apply to me? And then a key step is accept what's going on, right? Not terribly complex to lay that foundation. But it is really important to then move on to the next major step, which is teaching your brain that you're okay. Teaching your brain that you're okay. Safety, mentally, emotionally, physically. How do you treat yourself? If you're beating yourself up, not very safe. How do you respond to symptoms? Well, if you're running around like your hair's on fire, screaming, terrified, you're not conveying safety. As a matter of fact, you're conveying danger. That said, where is your focus? Are you engaging in living your life, doing normal things? Or are you symptom focused all day, every day? And I know it's very compelling when we hurt, when we are uncomfortable, when we don't feel well. We're symptom focused. That's natural. That's normal. No judgment. But the best way to teach the brain that we're okay is to do normal stuff. And if we notice the symptoms, be less bothered by it than you were previously. And mindset is the glue that holds all of these safety strategies together. But none of it is complex when you look at it from the standpoint of perceived danger is the problem, counterbalance that with accurate information so that you can create safety proactively, right? Safety doesn't just fall down from the sky onto you and land in your lap. You have to look for it, you have to create it, but it's built on the decision that I'm actually okay because I know what causes symptoms, perceived danger, and I know that applies to me. Decision, I'm going to accept it. Perceived danger, safety. Simple. And if you're not sure if you're doing the right thing, ask yourself, is what I'm thinking, doing, saying, how I'm behaving making me feel safer or not? Case in point. I'm thinking about doing this, but I don't want to send the wrong message to my brain, and I'm worried that that might set me back. That thought process alone is creating danger that you have to do something perfectly, otherwise you're not going to get better. So sometimes even our desire to do this recovery perfect creates more danger. So, safety. Are the things I am thinking, doing, saying, and how I'm behaving making me feel safer? If so, you're on the right track. If not, how could I shift that? How could I make myself feel safer? So I hope that makes sense. Simple is better, complicated is not. So getting well does not need to be complicated. So I hope that makes sense. And love you guys and gals. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care.